Um, and, and I'm not too loud, right? I'm okay.
Oh, you're fine.
All right, cool. So it's recording. You should see a dot when it's recording. Do you see a dot or something?
I do. I just choose not to say anything because I always want you to say, okay, we're ready, and then I'll say something. Because I like
Oh,
keeping that in as the first part of every podcast for last season. But this isn't last season. This is this season. Welcome to Two Crazy Scoops Podcast with your hosts, AO and Antino. Back again, back at it, bigger and almost better than ever. If you can believe that is even possible. This week we got no guests, it's just us welcoming everyone back to the new season. So, enjoy. Hi, and welcome to Two Crazy Scoops Podcast. I'm Antino.
and AO here, of course.
Well, well, well. Looks like we're back here again. Back at it. Bigger and almost better.
Bigger for sure.
Thanks.
I have been eating like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, so, Aaron, what have you been up to over the break besides
Eat,
eating?
no, dang.
You eat
Not too much
anything like
else.
extravagant that was good? Something amazing that blew your mind, shattered your world, changed the way you look at life?
Well, I've been cooking more. So let's see. 2 weeks ago, I made like a lamb roast, which I have never made before. The week before that, I smoked some ribs. Ribs. Um, just want to be specific.
Oh, I'm editing out. I'm just gonna put I smoked and that's it.
I smoked last week. And then I'm trying to think what else. Oh, and then a week before that, um, what did I make before that? Um, oh, I did like a nice shrimp stir fry. Like every weekend, I've been making like these big meals, and I think the week before that, I did some salmon. So I've been cooking like a lot more, mainly on the weekends when I'm at home. During the week, I don't cook as much, so I've been buying way too much food.
Would you say that's been your like new thing to do since we're all in quarantine still?
Yeah, so cooking, and then I grew a garden too. So I grew some lettuce, some peppers.
Wow.
I never showed you my pictures from the
No,
garden.
I've been ignoring you for these past couple months, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well, everything has been eaten and or died at this point.
Oh,
But this is
jeez.
actually yeah. Well, all the lettuce is gone. The peppers. I actually planted cantaloupe, which is funny because I don't even like cantaloupe. But I planted some cantaloupe, and the plant just died. So nothing ever happened. But the peppers grew, the lettuce grew, kale. Um, what else did I plant? I don't remember. Oh, some herbs.
Herbs. Nice.
And yeah, I think
I
that's about it.
I've been cooking a little bit, but I just cook the same thing over and over again, which is just potatoes, eggs, and bacon.
That's all you really need in life.
Yeah.
It's potatoes, eggs, and bacon.
How do you make
When are,
potatoes for breakfast?
for breakfast,
Yeah.
if I'm doing them for breakfast, what I do is I always do them like how people from down south do them. They're basically smothered. So you dice them up into slices, like round rings.
Hmm.
You put them in you put them in the skillet. Cut up some onion, sauce, and you can put bacon in there too if you want, and just saute them really good in like a pot, and then in the skillet. And for breakfast, that's how I like them.
I obviously skin the potato, then I cut it in half, and then I cut those halves in half, and then I slice them all the way down so that there's these little chunks, and then I cook it in the bacon grease. You put a lid on it, you keep it on medium heat, and then once it starts getting soft on the inside, then you just burn the crap out of them so they get all crunchy. So they're like crunchy on the outside and nice and soft on the inside. So I've perfected my potato making. Actually, I
Yeah.
stole it from my parents, and my grandmother used to make them like that too. So
Hmm.
I can
It
make a
sounds like a
mean
Cervantes
potato.
recipe. Sure. Yeah, we need to do like a cook off next time.
You
We
said we were gonna have a chili cook-off. I
well,
entered the chat, And then instantly the pandemic happened, and we just obviously are not going to be making chili.
Well, yeah, because of that. But yeah, I was planning that. We would have done it, but yeah, unless we do a virtual one, I don't know when that's going to happen. But
Like, okay,
um,
everyone, now taste your own chili.
yeah,
Mine's
exactly.
really good.
Exactly. Well, what I was going to do is base it off a presentation. So whoever had the best looking
What? Like, how do you even judge how a chili looks?
presentation, you
Dude,
can do
chili looks
things,
like vomit, not gonna lie.
and that's why you would lose. If yours looks like vomit, you would lose. Chili should not look like vomit. You should be able to tell the difference.
I can tell the difference. I'm just saying, if you're judging on how it looks, you're just like, meh,
Well, I'm saying if you're in quarantine,
meh.
if you're not around each other, how else are you gonna? You can't do it on taste. You
That's true.
have to do it on presentation.
That is true.
I don't know. Maybe we would do it. Maybe that's better for baking. You can do presentation for baking, something like that.
I don't know. I'm not interested in doing a cooking contest over Zoom right now. Unless it's about potatoes, in which case I will destroy,
Well,
smash the competition.
here's a good question. Then, what kind of competition can we do over Zoom?
That is a good question. So far, we've just been playing video games over Zoom
Mm-hmm.
or
Sounds about right.
Discord. So that's
Yeah,
something else
Discord.
we've been up to, is playing games. Using Discord is a new app I've never actually used before, and it has some pretty awesome features in it that I didn't realize. A lot of people want to use Zoom and they want to like stay in touch, right? Sorry, that was my phone.
Oh, you got.
Um, but the problem is there's just oh, that's my tablet. Well, there you go. I have all of my settings up, and it's going to ruin this whole evening because people are going to keep texting me. Anyways, in Discord, you can do a group chat like you did in Zoom, but you have to pay like $15 a month to have more than two people on it. So if you have Discord on your computer, you can talk to like I don't know how many people. Was it like 20?
Maybe I have Discord on my computer, so I've had Discord for a while, but I never really used it until recently. Um,
Another thing too is you can watch like Netflix and stuff and cast it onto your computer so that anyone on Discord can look at your screen and watch whatever you're watching.
but how does the audio come through on that?
It's like delayed from what I've had. I mean, everyone has a different internet connection, so I mean, it's better than nothing. Like if you just want to hang out with somebody and watch like an episode of a TV show or something, it's kind of cool. I've caught
We
up with some friends.
we should test that out, dude. We should do the Mandalorian.
Oh, I'm down. If
We should
anybody
try
wants
that.
to watch The Mandalorian with us, we'll set up a time for it.
Yeah, let's
But you're
try
probably
that.
gonna have to hop. Oh, we'll do season 2 like that. How about that?
Uh,
We'll do season 2.
Speaking of which, that's next week, by the way. So you might want to hurry up and watch
Oh,
season
okay.
one.
Jeez, how about I just make up the story? It's like this guy finds Baby Yoda. Boba Fett finds Baby Yoda. Here, wait. We're gonna take a quick break because I'm gonna shut off this thing on my stinking iPad. And if you're listening to this, Danny, you're the one who's ruining it by texting me memes right now.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure he's not listening.
Oh gosh, it's still going off. There we go. Anyways, what else have I been up to? I think a lot of people are trying to start new hobbies, try something new. I think we're out of the whole. We don't know. We're like happy that we're stuck inside. Now everyone's trying to find something to do to keep busy. I've been reading a lot. I didn't realize how
Oh,
much I enjoyed reading.
yeah. I've been reading some too. What have you read?
I finished Steve Jobs' autobiography, which actually took me a whole year to do, and it's split up into a lot of different pieces. Um, if you want to build a great business, you can't be a great person. You have to be pretty terrible.
Okay. Is that the lesson for today?
Yeah, and your family will pay for it in the end. So,
Nice.
but they'll have a lot of money, so I don't know.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters in life. Let me see. Yeah,
Wait,
just
are you
that.
the one? If I remember right, aren't you the one who did not like audiobooks?
I don't like audiobooks, and people
Okay.
have told me about them, and they're like, yes, like I've quote unquote read a lot more books now because I listen to the audiobooks.
Okay. I was just gonna say I signed up for a free trial on Audible,
Uh huh.
and I got two audiobooks, and I already finished one of them. And audio is actually not bad. It depends on what the material is. But some things are good to listen to.
Yeah, like Curious George.
Yes, exactly. And
That's
in
the
my
only.
case, SpongeBob is really good,
No, when
actually.
I was a kid, he used to get the cassette tapes at the library, and you just sit there and listen to it, and have all the sound effects and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's what I did. So don't sleep on audiobooks. Some of them are worth listening to. But anyway, it's a side point. Go ahead. What else? All right, cool. So you've been reading, video gaming, working, obviously.
Yeah,
Anything else?
working like a madman,
Mhm.
possessed. Let me see what else. Just trying to catch up with old friends. I think we had our friends from Arkansas. My friend who was on our podcast last, been talking to him and a lot. We've been playing Among Us, which is a game that apparently came out 2 years ago and now just became popular out of nowhere.
Mhm.
If you guys haven't heard of it, which I'm sure a lot of people have, it's just basically like Mafia, which Aaron likes to play at large parties, and I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, this is like the virtual mafia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you enjoy lying to your friends and family, sign up today.
I wouldn't say lying to them. I would probably say stabbing them in the back.
Stabbing them in the back.
Even better.
If you enjoy bending the truth.
Oh, the truth. Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, doing that, just working, playing music, listening to a lot of music. Still,
Same here.
been to a wedding, couple weddings. No wait, one wedding, and one funeral. I didn't go to the funeral, but it was over Zoom.
Mm.
But yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy how life has completely changed. 2020 has been quite the roller coaster,
I mean,
to say
I'm
the
not gonna
least.
say. Yeah, it's not. I mean, when you have a wedding, you want to have everyone there. But I have to say, on the other side of that, I'm thankful to everyone that came to mine and my reception, and it was
Hmm.
great.
Hmm.
But if there was a pandemic and you could just kind of skip over that part, I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But I mean,
Um,
I don't know. It's more for your family and stuff too. So it's just
yeah, here's the one cool thing about Zoom and
that's what
getting
kind of
married
sticks.
over Zoom is that because it doesn't matter, especially if you know people from all over. It doesn't matter where they're at. They can at least see the wedding. At least witness.
Yeah, that is one of
In
the
their
high
time.
points of it because a friend of mine is going to get married from like Phoenix or
Hmm.
Casa Grande, I guess, and so it'll be nice to just not have to travel. But
Hmm.
sometimes I wanted to, you want to go out of state for someone's wedding if it's a good friend.
Well, I mean, yeah, you want to, but even for those out of state weddings, everybody can't make it.
Yeah,
So the cool thing about Zoom is that more people can make it,
yeah,
which is nice.
yeah. I think
So,
in the future they actually will probably implement that as well. I would assume if
mhm.
everything starts to go back to normal, I think they would at least have that like a feed for the people that can't make it because that's a pretty cool option to have for someone who's out of the country or out of the state
Yeah, no,
or
it is
elderly family members who are out of
absolutely.
state.
In fact, actually, a couple of years ago, when a relative of mine got married, and they had family overseas, and they couldn't obviously be here for it, but that we were able to. I don't think it was Zoom, but it was some type of video conference we were able to do where they were able to watch the wedding, and then for the reception, they were even able to see the reception and stuff. So it was pretty cool. I mean, it
Yeah.
was nice, and that was a couple. We're talking 4 or 5 years ago when that happened. So I
Yeah.
definitely think there could be some use going forward. That way, everybody can at least, like I said, see it, even if they're
Well,
not.
I think obviously it's going to make it a lot more acceptable than in the past where it's like, oh,
Well,
well, we're just going to show it. Like, can I just sign in on Zoom and like watch that? Be like, what the heck? Like, it just seemed weird. If someone's there with a camera and doing a Zoom feed before all
well,
this happened, it would seem weird. But afterwards,
that's
I think
true.
it would make more sense.
Right? Exactly. No, I agree. This is going to change everything going forward for sure. It's going to have lasting effects. So I'm curious to see how this how it pans out. But yeah, no, that's cool. So season 3, um, what do we have planned for season 3?
You are going to tell us, Aaron, because you are the planning guy. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, this season's gonna suck because I don't have anything. All right, so season 3 is going to be a little bit different from the last season. I think the last, for us starting out,
Well,
we
let's recap. What was the first season about?
I don't know. I never listened to it. I have no idea.
Okay, it
Let's
was
see. What
like
was?
set up, figuring things out,
Yes, yes.
workshopping some stuff.
hmm
What was season 2 about?
Really fine tuning our interview skills.
Yeah, fine tuning, I think. And this one will be more about making a cohesive podcast that will hopefully sound interesting, be entertaining, and all that sugary goodness.
Yeah, because it's really the two of us, and so we're going to carry the podcast, obviously, and we still are going to have guests. So let's actually we'll go over the plans for this season 3, and I'll just run past you some of the ideas. But as far as guests are concerned, yes, we will continue to have guests, but they're not going to be as many guests as we had previously because this is the Two Crazy Scoops, and we can do this. We can carry this podcast.
I don't think so, but we'll try.
We'll try. And if it doesn't work, then season 4,
We won't talk at all. We'll just have guests.
we'll just play random noises.
We'll do the experimental podcasting. We're just hitting pieces of glass and running motors and stuff.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm glad they thought that was funny. Um,
Nice.
so
That laugh track goes on for a while.
I'll remember to stop it next time. All right, so we're gonna have some segments this season, and first segment, and I want to get your opinion on this too. So you tell me what you think about this. All right,
I hate it.
uh, I haven't even said it yet. So I was thinking of it. We're gonna start doing a Q&A segment. So the idea is for people to be able to comment on Instagram.
So you're looking for more audience participation, is what you're saying.
Yes, audience participation. So everyone
But
who listens,
it can
oh,
be anonymous, correct?
yes, it can be anonymous.
I'd
Yeah,
have to
and just
say, as much as I like listening to stuff, sometimes like I want to participate, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't think I want these people knowing that I listen to their podcast.
dude, I just thought about something. Couldn't we like? Well, you know what? I'll ask you later. I have an idea though.
What?
Like, couldn't we live stream like an episode too? Like, do a live episode, like
Yeah,
one episode where, like, we'll do one episode where it's actually live and people can hop in and say a few things if they want and hop off whenever they want.
yeah. It's just as long
We
as
could do
nobody
it.
gets massively inappropriate on it, then we're fine.
Well, if we do it on our if we do it on Instagram, for example, we can go live on Instagram
That is true.
on the Two Crazy Scoops page.
Yeah.
Then anybody wants to jump in could. Yeah, that's an idea. I don't know.
We're
We'll see.
still workshopping some stuff.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But
So
the
Q&A. So Q&A. So the idea is that maybe people can submit questions or something that they want to hear on the podcast, and we can answer those questions. It could be about anything. Whether we know the answer or not, you should still ask the question.
What is the Higgs boson?
Exactly. So we can answer that, or you will answer that. We talked about guests already. Recommendation. So the recommendation segment would be a good segment where maybe we can talk about an artist, a song, an album, a game, a book, a movie, anything that are that we can recommend for our listeners, and let them know what we thought about it.
Oh, you know what? There was something that I recommended to you that I kind of looked into. Oh, geez, they texted me a lot. Okay. Um,
And another segment would be, why are you pulling up the
oh, I
recommendation?
found it.
Okay, what is it?
It was called Khan Academy, Khan Academy, and it was an online thing where you could take like certain courses for free online.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it's called.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Khan.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Oops.
Okay. All right. So I wrote that down. I will take a look at it.
But anyways, I'll have to look it up. I can't find it right now. I saved it somewhere. But you can take like online courses for free, and you can just like research different things. They had some on like business management, grammar, stuff like that. It's not that I'm really super bad at grammar, but when I'm writing stuff, it's a lot. I'd like a refresher course on it, you know?
No, I would say your grammar's pretty bad, actually.
Well, then
So,
there you go.
so
I
yeah, you
ain't
should.
got no problem with that.
So that's our recommendation of the day, Khan Academy, where you can learn how to talk English. I can't speak English either, so whatever. Um, so recommendation. So fact of the day. That'll be another segment. So that's where we will go over an interesting fact that we think our listeners would be interested in.
Zebras go through a gestation period of about 15 months.
And I think elephants are 2 years.
Yeah, but it takes a zebra 15 minutes in order to learn how to walk. Whereas lion cubs are born blind.
Interesting. Yeah, we might cut that segment. All right.
You
So
wanted a fact of the day. That's
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, that was good. That was perfect. I didn't know any of that. Um, so we did fact of the day. So story of the day. So story of the day is going to be an interesting story that either one of us have experienced, and we'll share it with our listeners, and that'll be our story of the day if we have a good one. We will do a. We can also do a review or recap segment, which basically, again, is kind of similar to the recommendation, but instead, this is our actual review. So we'll either review a movie, a album, a song, a show, a game, whatever. Who knows? It's up in the air, but that'll be a segment that we'll do this season as well. Um, Quote of the day, we can do that. Advice of the day, um, where we will give our advice on something. And then we'll do a request segment. Request segment is going to be one of my favorites, I think, because again, this is coming from our listeners. So they can talk about, hey, I want to hear about this topic or this something about a specific topic, and we'll discuss that. So those are going to be some of the segments that we're going to do. And then we also have something special planned, a little challenge that we will talk about in more detail as the season goes on. But we have a challenge set up with a few people that's going to be interesting. And there'll be a visual element to it as well. So you'll actually be able to see on Instagram. And who knows, maybe somewhere else. We'll see. But at least on Instagram, we'll be able to see some clips of this challenge that we do. So
yeah.
season 3 is going to be different, but we're going to try it and see what happens.
Yep, I'm gonna workshopping some stuff. So it's almost as if we're starting back at season 1 again, but with more experience and more wires. Because I'll talk about that too. Every season, I think I've complained that we've gotten a new system, and now even this time, I have hooked up more wires to different things in an attempt to make it sound clearer. So hopefully, this episode you can hear my voice clear, but next episode or a couple after this, hopefully you'll hear Aaron's as well because we are changing the way that we record it. And I can't explain it because I don't even understand how I'm doing it. And I tried explaining it to Aaron.
And I still don't get it. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I have an idea. I have a feeling that it's gonna work out better.
Yeah, so hopefully the audio will sound clearer too.
Hmm. Although I think it sounds good anyway. We've improved our audio each season. So this season, yeah, we should see an extra bump in quality. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
We looked into getting Zoom HD in order to have the HD audio, and apparently it's like $500 a year. So we're not pulling in that kind of raking in that kind of cash yet. But once we get sponsors from I don't know, whoever wants to sponsor us.
Yeah, we really could. We could do that, Antonio.
What?
Antino. We could do this. We can take this to the next level.
Take it to the next level, yeah. Like, hey guys, now we have a fan base of 30 people instead of just 20.
Right. Exactly. We can reach 30.
We just need to start a pyramid scheme with this. If every 30 people gets 30 other people to give us $10. So, Aaron, do you have a story for the day?
Um, I don't off the top of my head. I think you should tell your story first. That'll
Yes.
give me a moment to think of mine because I can't think of one right now.
My story of the day happened a couple days ago. So, one thing about doing this podcast that I'm so worried about is like, we stopped recording and we were like, okay, we're going to take a break so we can, kind of recharge, get some ideas. And the hardest thing about podcasting sometimes is you're like, what am I going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? But it just so happens in my life that it's not just about crazy things happening to me. It's more so, I guess, just absorbing it. And I would have to say that podcasting makes these stories a lot more funny when there should be worrisome things that are happening around you. But you're like, meh, I can at least talk about this on the podcast.
I will say I think craziness has a way of finding you. Craziness finds Antino somehow. So,
We were cleaning windows at this new client the other day.
and he's back.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, well, my first story is the fact that my internet has been dropping like constantly recently. But that's just my own.
Who do you use?
Cox. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's the service or what, but I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5 star reviews. Because when it works really good, but when it doesn't work, it just drops.
Got to be better than Century.
Yeah, probably. So what was I saying? Ah, yes. So, my story for the day. I was cleaning windows with Anna in a house. The guy's from Phoenix, and I think he's going to be selling the house. He just came down to fix it up, I guess, a little bit. Get the windows cleaned. But he's living there for right now, and he has 2 cats. And these are very beautiful cats. One of them looks like a leopard or something kind of print on its body. So we go upstairs. This is a 2-story place, and we take out the screen, and we leave the window open. So Anna's there, holding the screen, and I walk into the bathroom to take the other screen out of the 2-story window. This guy, Anna, turns to me, and she's like, his cat jumped out of the window. But there's an awning, okay? There's a metal awning that's pointed downwards, so it's a slope. And I look out the window, and the cat's like, meow, meow. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, why did you let the cat jump out of the window? I thought you were just standing right there. And then I hear a thump, and I left the window in the bathroom open, and the guy's other cat jumped out of that window onto a different awning in the backyard. So both of his cats have jumped out of the house, and I am trying to coax them back in. So I run into the bathroom, and I'm like, get in here to the cat, and the cat freaks out.
Of course.
And then I walked off, and he jumped back in, and I closed the window. And then the other cat was trying to hop off the awning onto some wall or something. And this doesn't look like a cat you just get anywhere. It looks like an expensive cat. I was worried. So thankfully, I was like, let's just walk back. So we walked back into the room, and the cat walked up to the side of the window. So I just went and scooped him up, and I was like, please don't scratch me, please don't scratch me. And then I just put him down, and then he ran off.
Wow. Okay. So you let both of the cats out.
Both the cats out of the bag.
Well, at least they stayed on the awning, right? They didn't jump down.
Dude, if that cat would have jumped, it would have been done. and it was
Well,
about to.
well, cats can survive all
Yeah,
jump.
I've seen some videos where cats jump off like buildings or something, and they like somehow make it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and 2 stories is nothing for a cat.
yeah, it's probably true, but still, I didn't want it to run off and like get hit by a car or something. Because the funny thing was, is I was telling Anna when we drove up to the house, I said it would be funny if this guy wasn't home and was just like, "Oh, I just wanted to prove to you that your prices were too high," and then not show up.
Hmm.
Because that happened to me one time when I was working for another person. We all showed up, a group of 3 people, a crew of 3 people showed up to this house, and the lady was like, "Oh yeah, I just want to let you know that your prices were too high. That's why I scheduled this." And she just canceled canceled her cleaning.
You're joking.
No, I'm serious. And the thing was though is that the person was telling me that he had let her cat out years ago. So he already had issues with this lady. And it's like cats just jump out and sometimes they don't even warn you. Like it's really hard to keep a cat inside a house sometimes when it's trying to get out. So, yeah.
I'm still shocked about the lady who actually asked you to show up.
Well, he kept his cool, man. He kept his cool and we just got in the car and left and we were all happy anyways cuz it was the last job of the day.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was like
Yeah,
that.
but she scheduled time out of your day.
Hey man, it's just business.
No, no. I would have been like, we are cleaning your
We're
windows, whether you
cleaning
like it or
them.
not. They've already started on the outside. I'm oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, so sometimes you get weirdo people like that. But thankfully, this guy was really nice. Then I told him that his cat jumped out of the window just to like. Because I always tell Anna, I said, people are watching us. Whether we know it or not, they're watching. So I was like, he probably knew his cat jumped out. He was probably waiting for me to tell him. Or like sometimes people will ask you like funny questions. They're like, so how the cat's doing?
I'd be like, they're both dead.
They both jumped out of the window as soon as it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Stupid cats, man.
Yeah. And I would blame the cats. They knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah, well he said that they'd already escaped before, and one of them just like kind of went around the neighborhood, and he said that they do that. So I don't know. I think
Yeah.
if my cat got out, it would be dead. But those cats are pretty beefy, so
Wait, why would your cat be dead?
it's still like a year old, and she's not really used to fighting things. There's like falcons, coyotes, other cats. There's dogs
Really?
around
There's
here.
coyotes by you?
Yeah, dude.
Because your area seems a little bit busy.
It is,
There's
but
so
there's
much-
a wash, and that's where they come in from. There's coyotes in Reed Park. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, we've been walking there early in the morning, and the coyotes will come around, and they'll be near the street. They're just skinny. They're looking for food.
Oh, well, I've seen them on the bike path near, but that's closer to me than it is to you. Yeah, that area, like because yeah, the area where you live at, it seems like it's really busy. That's why I'm like, wait a minute. But I guess so.
It's just because of the washes, and there's also javelinas that go through there as well. Not
I have
through,
seen.
not where I live, but in the wash, they do.
Well, actually, I have seen javelinas in the parking lot where I work at.
Yeah.
So yeah, those things do not move either.
No, they have really poor eyesight actually.
Hmm. That's been a couple of years ago, but still, I was leaving work after doing what were we doing? Inventory one
Hmm.
night. It was probably like 1, 2 in the morning, and I saw them, and they would not move. I was trying to drive down the street, and they just were like, "Yeah, you will wait for us to cross." So I was like, "Okay," but yeah, javelinas for people who are not from Tucson or anywhere in the Southwest. They're basically like these giant wild pigs.
They're not pigs,
They're not. No, they look like it.
but they're not. There's this whole story that they sell at the Sabino Canyon gift shop, and it's about how javelinas aren't pigs, and it's called "I'm Not a Pig."
Okay, but for people who are not from here who are listening, I mean that's the best way to describe them as wild pigs. But
Yeah,
no,
they're
they're
vicious too.
allegedly.
Allegedly, dude, they'll
The
rip you
ones I've
apart.
seen didn't look too scary, but I was inside my car too. So
Yeah, that's a little different than like walking down the street and having one chase you.
well, you said they can't see, so
Yeah, I don't know how they'll attack you, but they will. And then you'll just be like Old Yeller. They'll have to shoot you in the back.
Ooh,
I never saw that movie all the way through. It's been a
I
while.
never did either. Okay.
That's what we're gonna watch next. Is Old Yeller.
I thought we were watching Citizens Kane.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, that's you're spoiling it, man.
Oh, whoops.
We're gonna be reviewing films with the
Yes.
help of Miguel Peru. He's gonna come
Yes.
back. He's agreed to be back on the show, and he's gonna be our film expert, and he's gonna break him down for us. So that's something else to look forward to. But yeah, as regards my cat, yes, it would die if it got out of this house. I see ripped up animals all over the place around here.
I don't know, man. Your cat is very what's the word? Agile. And I think she would make it. But you won't know unless
Until
you
you
let her out.
try.
Until you try.
That'll be the next segment. How
Right,
long
exactly.
can my cat live outside?
Yeah, that'll be
Jeez.
cool. And then if it doesn't make it, at least you know for the next cat what not to do.
Yeah, not listen to Aaron.
Man.
It's like, let's run a social experiment using your pets.
Right, exactly. I have nothing against her personally.
Okay. So we go and we adopt another cat. Then we see
Yes.
how long it lasts.
Oh, that's horrible. It's animal cruelty. How
They're
dare
like,
you?
it says here on the list you've adopted 15 cats within the last 2 weeks.
You're like, hey, those coyotes are hungry, man.
Jeez. I just took a dark turn, so
I'm sorry.
welcome to season 3, folks.
Yep, the darkest season yet. Oh man, that's too funny.
I know, I'm
All
kind
right.
of scared when it's just left to me and you. It's just going to be,
Well, like I said, we will have guests. The guests are not going away. It's just that this segment we can with all our segments and stuff, we'll be able to carry this season. Trust me, it will. This season will be good. It'll be entertaining. This is just the first episode, but starting next episode, we'll have our segments down. Um, we'll have our special features. We got some challenges coming up, and hopefully, we get some participation on Instagram. So, anything you want to talk about, all that good stuff, just put it on there, and we'll handle the rest.
nice.
We're just gonna show. We'll just start calling out people who we know listen.
We'll be like,
Um,
hey, what's a question you have for Aaron? Like, so,
Hopefully,
Aaron, what was it like traversing the streets of Detroit at a young age?
oh yeah, I'll tell some Detroit stories. I have some Detroit
You
stories
haven't
to
told
tell.
any Detroit stories.
I haven't. I lived a very sheltered life. I don't know much about the streets of Detroit. I would die if I went there.
Okay, that's the newest challenge: is how quickly would Aaron die in the streets of
Right.
Detroit now?
Exactly. Who would last longer, Cleo
Cleo or
in
Aaron?
Tucson or Aaron in Detroit? I will put my money on the cat.
Nice, and I'll happily take that money.
Oh man.
Nice. So you had a recommendation for a song, which I have no idea why you wanted to pick a U2 song today.
Well, I didn't. I was just playing that earlier. I didn't say we had to use that song,
We have to now.
but since I queued it up already, I might as well just. But we can't really play it technically. Can
You
we?
can. I've been playing stuff all the time. I haven't gotten anything taken down or any cease and desist. I mean, nobody, like, you're talking about people who have millions of followers, thousands of plays. Those kinds of people get in trouble for it. But Aaron, we're just the little guys, you know? They can't take anything from us. Okay, we'll see how long. If Cleo lasts out here in Tucson, if you last in Detroit, or if our podcast lasts playing every Bob Dylan song there is.
Ooh, not no. We can play Bob Dylan songs that he's written, but we cannot play the Bob Dylan version because his version is always the absolute worst. He's the only songwriter I can think of who everyone who covers his songs they do a better job.
I mean, I can kind of
Hard.
hear the music right now.
Oh,
I just think you haven't listened to enough Bob Dylan.
mm, he does his voice. He's a
It
songwriter.
changes. It
He's a.
changes. He has some songs where it's like nice and smooth, and
I
it's not
doubt
all
that.
like, yeah. There's this
Prove me wrong. Prove
well,
me
you
wrong.
probably wouldn't like it, but there's this song called "I Threw It All Away," and he sings like normal. There's no like his old scraggly self or poetic whatever. It's just he sounds like that. Every day I threw it away.
It's called "Threw It Away."
I think so.
Threw it all away.
Yeah. You see, whenever I put my phone next to this microphone, it kind of doesn't like it.
I once held her in my arms. She said she would always stay.
Okay. All right.
I told you, it's just like I don't know why, but some of his songs he sings normal, and some of them he's like, "In New York town, we're in New York town, smoking cigarettes in New York town."
Once I hit mountains.
Okay. All right. Yeah, he doesn't sound too bad right there.
Yeah, but I will tell you, everyone else plays his songs better. I even found like some
Well,
Beatles.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
That's what I was saying.
I'm not.
Every
I'm not
cover.
refuting it. I'm just saying he's a good artist in his own right. It's just you got to find the right stuff. But
Yeah,
his
I've never.
catalog is
Oh,
humongous,
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
humongous. And when you write that many songs, you're bound to at least make one or two good songs.
No, no, no. The argument was never over whether he wrote good songs
You
or not.
hate Bob Dylan, and we all know it.
No, I don't. The argument was never over whether he could write songs or not. The argument was always whether he could actually perform them well or not.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of people who cover his stuff, their versions of the songs usually are like better. I've never heard one that was not.
Do they come out with good covers anymore of anything?
Yeah, they still cover stuff.
But is it good though?
Well, it depends on what you mean by good. Like covers of classic songs,
Yeah.
or are you talking?
Oh man, my phone's messing this thing up.
Let me see. I'm trying to think. I can't think of any covers off the top of my head that are that are recent. Um, that I like. I'm trying to think. But speaking of Bob Dylan, he did perform. Let's see, what was that other song I just heard a couple of days ago? Oh, um, "To Make You Feel My Love." Adele covered that one.
Oh
'Cause I think
yeah.
that was Bob Dylan originally, right?
I
I
don't
think
know. I'm not like that proficient in Bob Dylan music, but
I think that was originally him. I'll have to double check, but she did a good cover of one of his songs. And then there's this guy on. Actually, I don't know if that was Bob Dylan. Let me look it up first, um, and then see. There's this guy on YouTube. His name is Teddy Swims, and he looks like a Viking, but he can actually sing. And he did a cover of a song which I think was written by Bob.
did you
But you
assume
know,
that Vikings couldn't sing, Aaron? Are you a Viking prejudiced?
yes. When you see him, he looks like all scruffy and stuff, but then when he sings, he has like this soulful voice, and it just throws you off. It's like, I yeah, it's really weird. But he did a cover recently, but I can't remember if that song he did was Bob Dylan or not. So I'll have to look up that first. But yeah, we'll review his music for one of our
We'll
episodes, one of
review
our
Bob
segments.
Dylan's music.
No, oh, we
We're
could
going down to New York town.
we could do Bob Dylan. That can be one of our reviews.
Okay. His lyrics are pretty deep, though. Most of them are about immorality and stuff like that, so.
Even better. uh, he, I remember Stevie Wonder did a cover of one of his songs that I really like, "Blowing in the Wind,"
Oh, yeah.
which I don't know if you consider that song deep or not, but I mean it is
How many
meaningful.
roads does a man walk down until you call him a man? Yeah, that's pretty deep.
I don't know if that. Yeah, I mean I don't. It has a meaning. It's meaningful. I'll put it that way. But but yeah. So anyway, season 3 is going to be um,
What?
season. No, season 3 is going to be fun. So um, any other things you want to add for this before we sign out?
Sign out? We've
Yeah.
still got like 10 minutes left. We're going to
Do we
milk
really?
this.
We shouldn't. We don't want to put our people to sleep.
Okay, so this is the first episode of season 3. Next episodes, we'll have everything written down. We won't sit here and explain everything to you. We'll have cash prizes.
We should.
Well, we're going to do a speed run tournament for anyone who's interested of Mario 64. Super Mario 64. It's going to be from the first level to the last boss. And if you can beat me, you may win a cash prize.
Question: does everyone have to play the same version? For example,
Yes,
can
it
everyone
has
play
to
it
be on the Switch.
Okay, so that makes a big difference.
Because if you look online, you can find a bunch of glitches.
Right,
And people can beat it in like 3 minutes.
Right, and they patched out all the glitches. Well, not all, but they patched out a lot of known glitches in
Yeah.
the Switch version. So
Uh-huh.
that's why I don't want to participate because I want the Wii version so that I can cheat.
There was
Not
no one on the Wii.
or Wii U.
There was Mario 64 on the Wii U?
Oh, Up-
No.
it wasn't on the Wii. No, the Wii had the Virtual Console, didn't it?
The Virtual Console.
On the Wii, yeah.
Oh, it did. You're right.
The Wii U didn't.
Oh, I forgot
Wii
about
did.
that.
So that version. But the thing is, I think they shut down the. So if you didn't download it already, I think
It's
they
already
might.
gone, yeah. But you can get ROMs. I have the ROM on my Wii, but you have to download it online, and it's highly illegal, and I would not suggest doing it. And actually, I've never done it. I just know someone who did.
Okay.
I
Well-
buy the games. I bought the new one, so.
Dude, that'll be one of our segments. How to illegally download games onto your Wii.
It's really easy. You think it's hard.
I
I did
don't
it
think-
without having a good internet connection.
You're going to jail. It's all recorded. We all heard you say it.
Well, I'm Antino, and I live separate, apart from anyone. What is it? The people and characters presented in this podcast do not reflect true life or any other people, places, or things, living or dead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's at the end of every Spider-Man film, and then at the end you're like, I thought they were in New York, and it's like, yeah, but it's not really New York, it's just New York. I don't know how you can make New York in a comic book and then say it's not New York, but you can.
Oh man, that's funny.
Is it?
Well, huh? Yes, it is. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this first episode. We are just getting started.
Oh,
any last
15-minute episodes are coming back too.
Oh, they are?
I thought we were going to do that, right?
Oh, okay. So apparently our 15-minute episodes are coming back.
And
This
that's
is
when
new
we'll
for
answer
me.
the Q&A stuff.
No, we should do that during our regular episodes.
So then what are the 15-minute ones going to consist of?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead yet, sir. We are winging.
We're
the
winging
mess.
this,
We
literally.
are winging the crap out of this season.
It's an empty room. It's dark.
Just stay tuned.
We
It's
don't
gonna
know what
be
to
good.
do.
Yeah, we're not going to overscript it. It's going to be good. Trust me. This is just the intro. This is just getting back. But we got this. We'll figure out the 15 minutes episodes later.
Yep, and this is the outro music, so we hope you enjoy. This has been Two
Everyone
Crazy
in this
Scoops
room is now
podcast.
dumber for having listened to it.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone in this room
This has been Two Crazy Scoops podcast with your hosts, AO and Antino. Stay tuned next week, where we don't even know what's going on anymore. Still, 3 seasons deep. Thank you for listening.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.